The war between the Dinglehoffers and the Snarfblats took place in the mid-1880s in What's-A-Matta, a small country on one of the other continents. It was... what? It's where?
This, Aquaman, is Planet Q344, newly discovered by our exploration satellite. As you can see, the surface is entirely covered with water. Our instruments show there is intelligent life of some kind on Q344, but we have no conventional means for exploring an all-water planet. Will you do it for us?
Yes, Commander, we will. When?
Right now.
How far away is it, and how many years will it take them to get there? It'll take just a few minutes. The U.S. has developed a rocket with a water-filled cockpit so he, Aqualad and Tusky can travel to this planet. You wouldn't believe the security clearances some people had to get to make this episode.
Final instructions, Aquaman. After detaching your capsule, mothership will orbit the planet for 3 hours. Repeat, 3 hours.
Roger.
What happens if we don't get back to the mothership on time, Aquaman?
We'll be stranded, Minnow. Permanently stranded in outer space.
Not in outer space, in inner water on a planet other than Earth. He does make me wonder sometimes. Their capsule separates and sinks to the bottom of the water. Aquaman says, remember, we're the aliens here, and they might think we're part of an invasion. Stay on your guard.
Leap of lampreys! This water is freezing. It's almost like ice.
Not here, Minnow. It's boiling hot. This is just about right.
There's a phenomenon in the ocean that every diver knows about. It's called a thermocline. Water closer to the surface tends to be warmer than the water down below, and quite often there's a sharp line of demarcation between them. You can be gliding along and the water's all nice and pleasant, and you drop down 2 feet and you have icicles in your mask. Here in Puget Sound, it's almost that harsh. If you're in a wetsuit especially, you know exactly where it is, and you try to avoid going down through it more than once. No, coming back up is much better because you go from to ah. Having said that, I've never seen a 3-layer thermocline, much less one that follows the Goldilocks principle.
Boy, that looks good. I'm hungry. Holy mackerel!
Great Grunion!
Aquaman can't communicate with them telepathically, and even though they speak English, he can't convince them that he's not an enemy.
Let us out of here!
No, you are spies for the Bimphars. You must die.
We are from planet Earth. We never heard of Bimphars. We don't even know who you are.
We are Quatix. We do not stand erect. Bimphars have legs and stand erect as you do. Bimphars are enemies. You are Bimphars.
Are we sure we want to explore more? I'm not convinced we want to get to know these guys.
Get to the Bimphars!
Take them to the cave of the cryo.
Whatever is a cryo, Aquaman?
If I can get these bars apart, another inch or so, we won't have to find out.
Aquaman,
It's a squid.
If it has the same kind of brain as a squid on Earth, Aquaman should be able to communicate with it. Using his sometimes forgotten strength, Aquaman bends the bars and they can slip out.
Let's wrap him up for story.
The Quatix think Aquaman and Aqualad look like these giant 2-legged tadpoles. Not only are they not too bright, they could use a few of these too.
Galloping guppies, Aquaman. What are they?
The Bimphars.
The stranger, he is fighting the Bimphars. Come, we must help him.
They manage to rescue Aquaman, but Aqualad and Tusky are captured. Because that's what they do. They get in trouble so Aquaman can assert his manly superiority and save them.
He is awake.
Land. But I thought this planet was all water.
All but for this small island. Because we Bimphars can live on land and in water, the Quatix hate us. You will help us defeat them?
Oh, now wait a minute.
If you help us, we will rescue your friend from the Quatix. If you do not, you will both die.
You sure do drive a hard bargain.
Thing is, the Quatix are telling Aquaman the same thing. So we have two giant armies charging at each other with Aquaman leading one and Aqualad and Tusky leading the other. This should be interesting.
Aquaman to Aqualad.
Go ahead, Aquaman.
Stand by to break away. Now, go!
When they did that, everybody on both sides went, huh? With nobody looking where they were going, the resulting collision was, put it this way, when they regained consciousness, they all agreed to take their headaches and concussions and go home.
Good job, Minnow. Now let's have a peace conference.
Do not move.
They don't want a peace conference. They want to fight, doggone it. They say, this is for us to settle, not you.
Wrong, gentlemen. This is for him to settle.
The trial.
But how?
The Kryl is exactly like an Earth squid. I sent him a telepathic message.
Now, do you guys talk peace, or does the next telepathic message say lunchtime? He leaves them with the assurance that he's told the whatever they call it to keep an eye on them. Any act of aggression will make him angry. They're pretty sure that's not a good thing, because when he gets angry, he gets hungry. How far away Tusky Aquaman can assert his manly, good grief, I can say that line, come on.